We have some new information. It turns out McKaylee had a run-in with Greens shortly before he was murdered. Could be that's our motive right there. And that's not all. The evidence we found suggests the two of them were illegally selling museum relics through a clandestine auction house. And guess what? They were planning to auction off that medieval helmet today. That can only mean that the helmet we saw on display in the museum was actually a counterfeit. And if that auction is happening today, maybe that's where we'll find McKaylee. I bet he'll want to finish what he started. How about we throw him a surprise party?
I'm sorry, but today we're hosting a private event. You can enter by invitation only. I don't think you're mentioned in our guest list, so please come back another day.
Fancy seeing you here, Detective. You think the murderer is lurking somewhere here in this auction house? Well, if that's the case, let me help you. Everyone at these auction houses knows me because I've worked on tons of art pieces for all of them. If you follow me, I can help you blend in with the crowd in the auction hall. I will finish what I started, and no one is going to thwart my plans, including you, Detective. I know you're just doing your job, but I can't afford to let you get in my way. You're not as smart as you think you are, Detective. You have no idea what you're dealing with. Since you apparently can't be trusted to do it, I guess it's up to me to bring the real perpetrator to justice. I'm not going to warn you again. Stay out of it.
Ironically, by now you've probably figured out that Mr. Greens used to auction off museum relics on the... I never went to the auctions myself, but since I was his assistant, I helped him prepare the documents he needed to organize the bidding process. When I realized you discovered that folder from Mr. Green's safe, I knew it was just a matter of time. But I had nothing to do with Mr. Green's murder. I would never want to see him get hurt. He was like a father to me. I know you probably won't believe me, but I actually came here to get copies of the receipts for all those transactions. With Mr. Green's being gone, I think it's time to put his corrupt business to an end too. I'm not surprised you see it this way. I'm not trying to avoid taking responsibility. When I first got here, I ran into Grace. I know exactly what she's planning to do. She's gotten so obsessive about art that she'd probably go crazy if she knew we were... I should have seen it coming. When Grace attended the exhibition in our museum, she cracked our scheme open even before you did. I don't want to do any guesswork, but what if Grace is the murderer? I bet she's looking for that helmet right now. If she finds it, she'll be able to prove that the one in the exhibition is a counterfeit, and our museum's reputation. We need to find that helmet first. What we did was wrong. I don't deny it. But the museum deserves better. If you show it to the security guard, he'll assume you're with me and let you in. Is that Grace is also looking for the helmet's certificates of authenticity. If she finds those, she'll be able to use them as proof that we've been Without those documents, all her accusations are but empty talk. We should find those certificates before Grace does, or our museum is done for. I know it's a lot to ask. You're right. I should let you proceed with the investigation. Just stay alert. Grace has obviously gone...
Long time no see, Detective. I was hoping you'd stay in that hatch and mind your own business. You think you're about to solve this case? Did you even know the man you're helping is a criminal? You thought no one would find out about your scam, Mr. McKaylee? You don't deserve to walk this earth after everything you've done. And now that I'm about to expose your foul fraud, you're going to put on a repentant face? Spare me. Once a con man, always a con man. You'll just lie low for a while and then go back to your old illegal ways. I'm here to put an end to your impunity, and if your detective friend interferes, then you can both join Mr. Green's.
So it was you! You're calling me a criminal when you're the one pointing a gun at us! And what does the detective have to do with my scam?
Fine, Mr. McKaylee, I'll deal with you first. But don't think I'll let you live, not after what you did. All those priceless works of art you shamelessly sold to the highest bidder were created to delight the eye of the beholders, not to line your pockets. I suggest you leave us alone now, Detective. Last warning. Go write in your report that the trail went cold or something. If you try to expose me, I'll get you next. Now then, Mr. McKaylee, why don't you show me where you keep all the auction papers? So this is what you call justice, Detective? You're really going to blame it all on me and let McKaylee get away with his vile deeds? Here I thought you had some principles. Well, if that's the case, so be it. I actually accept the consequences of my actions, unlike the rest of you. I know I did what had to be done. Malcolm Greens got what he deserved.
Thank you. If it weren't for you, I'd be dead. I just wish Mr. Greens and I had never got involved in any of this. Then he'd still be alive. What's done is done, though, so I'm ready to face the penalty, too. Get down!
Congratulations, buddy. We solved the case, thanks to you. I have to admit, you might be even better at this than I am. I know violent crime has been on the rise lately, but I think between the two of us, maybe the city will have a fighting chance. You know, Grace took a shot at you, but Derek threw himself in front of that bullet. That's why you're still alive. Maybe he was trying to redeem himself somehow. Grace is in custody now, but she did manage to implement her plan. At least she'll be charged with 2 murders now.
It's been 5 years since that terrible accident, but the families of those buried under thick layers of concrete and metal still remember that day as if it were yesterday.
Great to see you. How have you been? I've read about the most recent case you solved in the newspaper. You're a role model for every detective, a person as responsible as one can. Tell me, what's worse, deceiving thousands of people or killing in the name? Interesting choice. Talking and getting to know you is a genuine pleasure. You're like a book with lots of plot twists. I understand that risk is an integral part of your job, but please be careful. Safety first. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Duty calls, right? Nice seeing you, Detective. Till next week. Hope.
Evening, Detective. Good to see you. Oh, some woman was asking for you? She's been waiting in the interview room for hours. I bet she's a real fan of yours. The woman told me about what happened in broad strokes. A strange case involving a lot of mysterious threats. That's all I can say about it. But you will solve it, I have no doubt. Well, I'd better go. Have an important assignment from our boss. See ya.